We are less than 72 hours away from Archeworld launching, and yes, it is 100% free to play. It does not cost you anything at all to play the game. There are a lot of things that are locked behind a paywall, such as house, Archeum, labor, and so forth. But you can play the game and you can enjoy the world 100% free to play just by logging in. And it's very, very important that if you are even thinking about playing Archeworld in any sense, that you go onto the website, archeworld.com, and you pre-register. You need to pre-register within the next about 48 hours. You see, it ends on August 31st, 2022. So depending on the time zones that you're in, etc., you need to get in this because they're going to give you 1,000 Archeum. And this is incredibly important. This is the most important item for a free-to-play player in the beginning of the game because Archeum is going to be very rare and almost impossible to get. The only way you're going to get Archeum as a free-to-play player is the green storyline quests. So you're not going to be given a ton of Archeum as a free-to-play player. You're going to need it to use it wisely, and you're going to have to upgrade your gear very strategically. But if you get 1,000 for free for signing up, this helps get your character up to level 30 like no problem whatsoever. 1,000 Archeum is a very, very powerful for the very first day of Archeworld. And if you don't get this, you're going to be way behind anyone else that already had this. So let's talk about the option of not getting this. If you did not get your 1,000 Archeum and you are seeing this video later on in the life of the server, and the server, the game is now, 3 months old, 6 months old, whatever. What you need to do is you still need to do the same kind of process. It's just going to be a lot tougher. You need to now find friends and hopefully have someone that is level 55 or ancestral level 20, a high level character, and have them help you through the green storyline missions. The essential way to play Archeworld as a free-to-play player is just by doing the green storyline missions. So it's very similar. If anyone has played Archeage before, the same concept applies here. You simply do the green storyline quest missions, progress as far as you can, get all of the rewards in the green storyline, and then sell them on the auction house, make the money, and then transfer it over to your main account. That is the core basic way to play the game as a free-to-play player because you need to get a house. You need to get a tent. You need to get the Arc Pass. And so a house and a tent is probably more important day one than the Arc Pass. That's going to cost you 600 blue salt, maybe 450 if you can find a player who is not using their land and then is renting it for 150 blue salt. So somewhere between 450 and 600 blue salt is what you're going to need to earn to play the game and essentially not become a free-to-play player anymore and become a paying patron and earning that labor and earning that Archeum. So first goal, get a house, get land, and yeah, you're starting out with a tent. So you're starting out with a 16 by 16 that's going to cost you either 300 BSLT to rent or 150 if you can find a player-owned one, and then the tent blueprint costs you 300 BSLT. So you need somewhere between 450 and 600 BSLT to play the game. That is pretty much the minimum requirements to actually be somewhat competitive in Archeworld. If you are a free-to-play, there's a couple tips though. So as a free-to-play player, you can get further in the game if you pick a class that is like a healer type, because healer types are always needed and they don't really care too much about your gear. Casting heals and being a support character is the way to go as a free-to-play player because you might get invited to more guilds and parties and raids as a healer versus as a really, really, really weak DPS or a tank. No one is going to want a DPS that is a free-to-play player that does not have a good weapon and good gear. And again, no one's going to want a tank that can't actually tank because their gear sucks. But a healer is always going to be needed. So if you're a free-to-play player, your first class probably should be in the healing area or the support area so you can help other gamers that are already progressed further. Anyway, guys, if you have any other questions or comments, post them down below. this is the very basics. We can't show you the gameplay footage, but check out the videos for the alpha to see there. But it's very, very simple. Do the green storyline quests, rush those, make multiple accounts if you are seeing this before the game launches. If you're seeing this before August 31st, make as many accounts as possible. Sign up. You're going to potentially get some free BSLT as well. They're giving out 50 BSLT for the first, I believe it's like 7,000 accounts. You're getting the free 1,000 Archeage. So you're already well on your way to getting to that 400 or 600 BSLT that you need. And yeah, simply do the green storyline quest. Up to level 30, you get your first actual big reward. You get a skill book, and you get to choose whatever skill book that you want. But you're going to want to sell it. So you're going to want to look on the auction house and find the most valuable skill book. And if it's selling for 500 or 400, BSLT, then you're going to want to list yours for 300 or 350, a little bit cheaper, so it sells, because the skill book prices are going to dramatically decrease over time. As more and more people farm these skill books, they're going to just crush the price. The price is going to crater. Day one, these prices and these skill books are going to be really, really high, and they're going to be very, very valuable as people are trying to level up their characters. But as a week goes by, or a month goes by, these skill books are going to be worth next to nothing. So you're going to want to try and strike while the money is good and sell the skill book ASAP. Don't worry if your class can't really do much right now. You're going to get 4 skills for free, and pretty much you're going to be using skill number 1, the basic fireball, or the basic holy bolt, the basic archer attack. Whatever your basic attack is, you're going to be using that skill 99% of the time in the very beginning of the game. Next up, now all the zones are going to PvP war zones. Once you get to level 30, you're in Halcyona, and you have to fight other players. Well, that's not a good thing for a free-to-play player, because you are weaker than other players at this point. They're going to have more Archeage, they're going to have more upgrades, they're going to have better gear at this point. So you don't really want to fight other people at this point. You're going to be now waiting for the zones to cycle through to the peace cycle. Once it goes to the peace cycle, then you can actually progress your character and continue on with the green storyline quest. You don't care about anything else besides the green storyline quest as a free-to-play player. You will then switch over to your other accounts. Once you are stuck and the map is in war, the map is in conflict, the PvP is going on, switch over to your other accounts and start your level 1 to 30 process. Keep an eye on the map. Make sure that you see when the zones go to peace that you need to go into your main account. And then when it is in peace zone, switch back and play that character, progress the story, get the Archeage. Once you get enough Archeage, you're going to get enough to make a 10,000 bundle. And you don't want to use it. So this is very, very important. You don't want to use your Archeage after level 30. After level 30, just simply save it all up. You're going to get a bunch of it. You're going to get over 10,000 Archeage if you do all the green storyline quests, and you get up to about level 40. At that point, you're going to sell it because you need blue salt tokens way more than you need Archeage. At this point, in the very beginning of the game, the most important thing that you need blue salt tokens. You need to buy the house, you need to buy the tents, and then you need to buy the Arc Pass. So those things, a total cost 1,600 BSLT if you buy everything. And yes, that is the most important thing. So when the zone is in conflict or PvP, switch over, change accounts. That is the biggest tip that you can do. Start a new character and progress further. When the zone goes to peace, go back and do those quests. Anyway, guys, if you have any other questions or comments, post them down below. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in game. Good luck.